All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we're going to talk about the new mode here. So they have finally shown the new mode kind of like to the player base at large. For the most part, this is pretty much exactly what me and some others were able to play at the Community Fest back in September of last year. I think that this mode does look very fun. I've seen a lot of negativity, but I mean, we have gotten to the point where like literally nothing can be looked at positively ever. Like, so it's not and it's not like a Dragon Ball or Dokkan Kuni thing. I mean, that's welcome to life. Welcome to the internet, right? So let's take a look. This does seem pretty good. We'll go through. Let's go. All right, I think the audio should be looking pretty good right here. All right, so this is the new content that's going to be released soon. We'll see how soon. It does look like it is going to start with Namek, by the way, Planet Namek Saga. I was thinking, like, are they actually going to start with Namek? But it does look like they're going to, yeah. Alright, so we got Amatsu, okay. The GOAT, unfortunately, mentioned he's stepping down. Geppy is going to take over now. We'll do a video just talking about that. Alright, so let's see what this is going to look like here. Alright, maybe we could speed up a little bit here. Okay. Yeah, Geppy will be playing. Alright, let's take a look. Also excited to hear about the new content. Yep, absolutely. Very good. Three major differences between the current battle system and the new one. So, okay. One thing that's going to be interesting to see is how much this is going to spread across the game. Like, is this going to be something that is only going to be in a couple of modes? We'll see moving forward how that's going to go, right? Okay.
The big difference with the current Dokkan battle system.
Yeah, so each character has their own individual HP. I think that could create some differences in how we can, you know, plan to challenge events. Characters who participate will be in a battle of 6. So it's 2 groups of 3 characters, right? Is what this is going to be here.
First, each character will have its own individual.
Yep, we got that.
And friend characters will not be
no friends, which is good.
Third, a team will be divided into 2
Group
groups.
A and Group B. Okay.
Now
let's go over the 3 changes one by one.
Let's begin with the biggest change.
All right, so yeah, we look at the screen here. We see each character has their own HP. Remember the leader skill, like there's only one leader skill applied, I believe, right? So maybe some of the overall stats would be a little bit lower than what we're used to. So characters that give themselves a lot of ki or get ki easily could be very helpful here. Here is the Team B, the second team. This is the intensity meter. Each turn, this will go up. The boss will get stronger and apply debuffs to you. So you're going to want to be switching to lower this, right? And then we have these charges right here. This is how we switch between Group A and B. So that is interesting there, okay?
Individual HP for each character. Until now, up to 7 characters, including the friend characters,
7 characters, including the friend character, shared the single HP bar. Now they each have their own individual.
Any character receives damage. And the battle
we'll see exactly how this will work with some characters. Like, think of future Gohan and Trunks. When they die, right? Like, or so future Gohan's revive is anyone on the rotation. Like, how is that going to work? That'll be interesting. Because they do, in one of these demos, use the Vegeta and Goku Namek revive character. And we do see he has the revive symbol up. So revives will be a factor in this mode, right?
With this new battle system, since every character will have its own HP, the battle will continue even when one of the characters is knocked out.
Yeah, seems fun. Seems fun.
The next change is that team formation for a battle will not be limited to 6 characters, and friend characters will not be available. The 6 characters will be divided into 2 groups, Group A and Group B, with 3 characters each.
Yeah, interesting.
At the start.
And then, yeah, okay. Start a turn, you can perform a group exchange consuming a number of charges of the dedicated gauge, and it'll give you different effects depending upon how many charges
Start of
you
a turn.
use.
You may perform a group exchange by consuming a number of charges of the dedicated gauge.
Yeah.
Also, leader skill effects will only apply to the members in the same group.
Okay. So this is like...
As I've just covered, those
I'm
are the
definitely
key
excited to
differences,
see
but
this.
rest
I
assured,
do
with
like the
new
way this is
system,
looking to me.
We'll implement various features and skills for both allies and foes.
これだけでも結構大きな違いはい
Alright,
ろ
so
い
now
ろと
Amatsu talks in Japanese for a little bit right
好
here.
き形になる失礼も交えて説明させていただこうかなというふうに思うかというと運営としては、この後
が統合として、リーダースキルというものもあって
Yeah, one of the key factors has been leader skill. Two groups have their own leader.
従来のドッカンバトルからも異なってきそうだなという。
So we'll oh yeah, wait, here we go. New battle system won't apply to all events.
はい、おっしゃっていただいた通り、本ルールに、することによってですね、これまでのキャラクターに、メリットデメリットなども当然起こってしまうので、ドッカンバトルが全てこのルールになるというわけではございません。まずはなのでこの新バトルシステムをですね体験していき
So, one thing I think could be very interesting actually would be like, okay, so imagine the Jiren fight, which is kind of like the hardest fight that's kind of like was available but they took it away. Like, could they give us like that fight and we're able to challenge it with both the old and new battle system? That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Right? Something like that I'm definitely interested in.
いただくために、新たにですね新コンテンツをご用意させていただいております。
Okay.
それがこちら。
Dokkan Frontier.
I will go into
Very
more
exciting.
details as Geppy plays it in the game.
はい、まずはですね、ドッカン
Okay, so
フロンティア
when I
とは
played
新
at
バ
the
トルシ
community
ステムを用い
fest,
つつ
this screen
ドラゴン
was
ボール
not
の世
yet
界
there,
や
right?
各エピ
So
ソードを
like kind of
です
like
ね
you know introducing us
バト
into
ル
the
内で今回
Dragon Ball
追体
Z
験でき
saga,
ることを
right?
目指すコンテンツになっております。そしてですね、
So
今
the
回
whole
最
point
初に
is
追
to,
加されるの
I
は
guess
ナメッ
maybe
ク
be
星
like
編
the
とな
best
っており
version of a
ます。
story mode that the game has got,
追
right?
体験と
I
言い
guess,
ます
sure.
と、やっぱり物語イベントや、それこそドラゴンボールストーリーなどが、よぎるかなというふうに思うんですけども、これまでのようないわゆるそのシナリオ
The
をたどる
only
イベ
thing
ント
is,
ではなく
right?
て、
So like we're gonna start with Namek. We are using a lot of characters, like you know, Super Zarbon is shown here, and he's just an SR. You know, it's like it would be good to maybe start with you know Boo Saga, where most of the huge characters at least have nice looking animations, right? Most of the major characters. Whereas like right here, like, you know, like the Frieza soldiers and Zarbon and Dodoria, a lot of these characters don't have elite animations, right? Or newer versions of characters. So I think that could be a little bit less fun. Whereas like think about like how massive the Boo Saga is, what that would be like, right?
ではですね、早速エピソード選択画面からマップ画面を見てみ
All
ま
right,
し
so
ょう。
we have the
はい
map here.
ドッカンフロンティア
Okay, so
で
there's
は
just this is
いわゆるその
Namek
各
Saga
ストー
right
リー
there.
を合わせたマップを再現しておりまして、
はい。
はい、こんな感じですね。
体現させていただいて、
もう
And then we
画
got
面
all
の
these
新
different
鮮さが
fights
ちょっとす
around.
ごいです
Okay.
ね
はい、ちゃんとこれ用にマップは用
Yep,
意しておりまして
Dodoria,
いわゆるここ
Zarbon.
見てもらったらなんとなくわかるかもしれないんですけども、
はい
今こう見えちゃってるんですけども、本来であればこう敵を倒すことで次のマスっていうところを
Yeah, this is gonna be so long. Burst, Jason Birder only fate 10. Like the, you know, the Frieza saga, it's gonna be 15 fights in a row of Frieza. And when we played at the community fest, it was like it was so there's like 3, 4. We must have been on like map 7 or something like that. And I remember it looked like this, but every node was like Final Form Frieza. And we were just fighting one of the Final Form Frieza ones. That, like, when we played, that's what we did. And when we beat Frieza, I mentioned it many times, but the STR Namek transforming Super Saiyan Goku, his Spirit Bomb super attack animation played after we won, right?
マップも徐々に変化していくという形になっております。
実際に戦ったその相手っていうのをこう一つ一つ倒しながら
Focus on individual battles, sure, okay. Yep.
ご説明いただいたバトルに一つ焦点を当てたっていうところがね、マップからでもかなり伝わってくるところはあり
Yeah, so I like this, I assume it's like we'll beat it with, you know, special conditions, maybe specific characters or under specific conditions, and we unlock kind of like an extra bonus
やっぱり
fight or
実際の
something.
バトルがどうなのかっていうところも今もすっごい気になってます。
ではまあ気になるかなというふうに思いますので、
Yeah, it
まあここ
seems
からは
very
ですね、まあ
exciting
実
here.
際のバトルに
I actually am like really
今
excited
回
to
はですね
like see
なので
kind of like play the
最初は
official version
優
of
しめの
this.
ステージである
I did have fun when I played it at the community
一旦ご
fest.
紹介させていただ
I've
けれ
been
ば
a
な
little coy about being like, oh my god, it was the greatest ever, it's the worst ever. I just try and like, I try and be more measured until I can really like play it like on my account, play it here, like really think on it a little bit more, right? Like even like, you know, breakdowns, everything. I try and like let me give it a little bit of time and then we could go all in, right? Oftentimes I think a problem that is again not Dragon Ball community, not Dokkan community, it's just everyone like just immediately exploding and jumping to conclusions. Like let's take in some information a little bit first.
まあいろいろと UI
Okay, so we got the two teams right there. So Ginyu's leader skill will apply to the Ginyu Force. Vegeta's leader skill will apply to the other characters right there. It's a different setup than we were using at the Community Fest. We had Namek, Goku, Full Power Frieza, and LR Gohan and Piccolo, and then the other was the Ginyu Force. The Ginyu Force, because their synergy is so high, and Rakumen Goldo is very defensive, Jason Bird are supporting, Ginyu stacks. Using the Ginyu side was very easy at the Community Fest, but LR, Namek, Goku, and Frieza were getting bodied, blown up, right? Because they're stacking characters at the start. They were not doing too good. And then, of course, remember, see, with different charges, you could swap to the other group and instill extra bonuses and status effects. I believe, like, using some charges, you could swap and get, like, key or stats. You could use charges and swap and get an instant Dokkan attack, which they do show here. Yeah, so the UI is a little bit different here.
説明したようなワードだったりとかももしかしたら見えてるかもしれないんですけども、今回ですね1個だけポイントがありまして、編成のルールとして基本的にはですねこの物語に合わせた
Okay, you must use characters that match
の
the
編成が
scenario.
必要となっておりまして、
I don't mind this. I saw people upset about this, but like for the Planet Namek Saga stage, you use Planet Namek Saga characters. Maybe I'm crazy, but I like this because, okay, rather than just use our same anniversary LR setup that we're going to use, we're actually using like different characters. And especially as we get to, you know, doing like Namek Saga stuff, or imagine when there's the OG Dragon Ball ones. I think this is good. It's just that they have to fill the roster out, right? So, I mean, maybe we could say Namek, opening with Namek for this mode maybe is not the greatest idea when people are still heavily anticipating, you know, like a large Namek celebration to come. Maybe when this mode drops, it doesn't go through the entirety of Namek. I mean, we'll see, right? Because certainly it would be fun if, you know, they release a couple of stages or something, and then we go into GDC, and then it is Namek themed, and, you know, the big Frieza and the Goku or something are enemies towards the end of it or something. Like, it definitely would be fun. And then using a lot of those characters for the mode, like, it could be very fun.
編のステージではナメック星編カテゴリーのキャラクターをなので
Yeah, so this, I do like this part of it. Because it'll get us really experimenting with different characters rather than the same old, you know. Alright, we're using UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 4's 8th anniversary LRs, right? That's the same old thing.
カテゴリーのキャラクターでこう編成していく必要がある。
そういうことになります。またですね、このマスによって、まあ、
Okay, so here's the team.
しましたが、
You will need to use specific characters in your party. So if you don't have it, you could bring a special guest character. I see.
はい、ゲッピーさん。はい。
So wait, let me see what Amatsu said.
キュウイと戦ったといえば誰でしょうっていう。はい、ゲッピーさん。はい。
もちろんベジータですね。
はい。なんでゲッピーに質問してる
まあということで、
Yeah,
ベジータの
okay,
パ
I
ッシブスキル
see.
見てい
I
ただきた
see.
いなと思うんですが、
So against Kui specifically, Vegeta gets massive buffs. I mean, we could see that 800% attack, 300% defense. Yeah, I'm sorry, I like this. I do. This could be fun. This could be really fun, I think.
がですね、いわゆるそのマス限定で強化される
So they call that the survival
ス
skill.
キル内容となっております。
Specific
結構
nodes and
プレ
can
イヤー
strengthen
とし
characters.
てその
Okay.
僕の
はい
アタック800%アップという数字にかなりワクワクしてるところではあるんですけど、
はい
こんなに上がるんだみたいなところもありつつ、そのこういったサバイバルスキルを持っているキャラクターを連れていくことで、
Alright, so we have a big change in the UI from before. Groups and leader skills separated into A and B.
はい。
そ
Okay.
してゲッピーさん、ちょっと編成画面があるんですが、まあ、グループやリーダースキルが A と B と
So wait, I just want to go back to this
編
quickly.
成画面が
はい。
さっき
Oh, damn. Hold on. No, let's go back
で、は
to this. Okay.
い。なんで
So we could see. So this is like the box characters they have right here. And then you have the special guests that you could run to help players who maybe are missing some characters, don't have them awaken, don't have... Yeah, okay. Yeah, this... I like this. I like this so far.
ですない。
流れですが、ご説明いただいた
今回編成する必要があります。それに発動する。
Okay, okay.
先ほどご説明いただいた
Yeah, okay, so here we go. So we're talking about the charges and the exchange right here, which is a very important part of this
それ
system.
ぞれに発動するというような形になっております。で、もう一個ですね、下のところが、すごく気になるかなという
Yeah, here we go.
グループチェンジっていうところが書いてあるかなと思うんですけども、
はい
こちらはちょっと、複雑な部分もございますので、詳細についてはゲッピーのですね、実際のバトルを通して、説明させていた
Yeah,
だけれ
because
ばなと思
every
っており
turn,
ます。
the boss is
それ
going
で
to
は
get
早速
stronger.
バトルに挑んでみましょう。お願いします。
お願いします。
読みます。
Okay, hold on. All right, so let's take a look at the gameplay in action right here.
ライバル同士決着をつける時がやってきたようだな。
おお、
じゃあいいものを見せてやろう。
これ9位とベジー
All
タ
right, so I do like the voice lines right there. That part is fire. I think that's very cool. Like, so it's again, it's a more like a better version of the story than anything we would have had
没入
before.
感
I
高い
think that's
バト
awesome.
ル体験というところができるように、特定のキャラクターで条件を満たしたときにバトル中にこうボイス付きのセリフがキャラ同士の掛け合
So
い
that's good.
ベジータ
Okay.
はもちろんですけど、9位も
Yeah, Kui, man. We have not heard much Kui talking in Dokkan before.
新バトルシステムの特徴
All
が
right,
いろいろ反映される
so
と思うんですけど、まず各キャラの
I mean, we know kind of what's going on. There's the characters again with their individual HP bars, the group exchange and the charges. We can see Group B down there, the Ginyu Force, the intensity bar. As the again, when I played at the Community Fest, as that intensity bar went up, it's just unsustainable. The bosses, I mean, it'll be different depending upon what fight we're doing. But the Frieza we were fighting, it's like he inflicted us with dodge cancel, he sealed the entire rotation, he lowered our ki. It just becomes undoable, right? You must swap. So.
キャラクターが1体 KO されたとしても、ゲームオーバーになることはなく、
And I believe that intensity meter, it's for each group. It's separate
キャ
for
ラクタ
each
ーが受け
group,
たら
right?
その分 HP がちゃんと
なるほどなるほど。ありがとうございます。ではゲッピーさん、
はい
バトルの方を進めてもらってもよろしい
はい、
ですか。
はい、いただきます。
Alright, so notice Goku and Vegeta do have their revive symbol there, by the way.
わかると思うんですが、個別で HP を持っていたりとか、
Alright, so he puts full power Frieza there to get his hits, to get that part of his passive up. Solid, solid, solid. Remember, one good thing about this is we don't have to worry about floating a character off, right? So you could put a character in slot 3 and it's not like, oh, I'm not going to see him
基本的
again.
に今までと
So here, let me quickly go back. So there, for Frieza is the only one damaged. All the different parts of his passive do activate right there.
はい。なので基本的に今までと頑張ってやってくださってる人からは
Battles will still be familiar,
馴染み
yep.
のある方からはバトルにはなるかなと。
まあその順番、そうですね。はい。考えつつ、そうですそうです。
Now, look at the amount of damage done. So obviously, in a mode like this, it does look like stacking going to be a huge factor in this as well.
ところも、誰も死んでいなければ順番は変わります。これは後ほど説明します。
はい、わかりました。
Okay, okay.
含みのあるところにどっかで見れれば。ちょいちょいね、こう映るメイン画面の UI っていうところもやっぱりまだまだ気になるところ多いというか、下のちょっと下にグループ B が映ってたり見ます。 やでもなんかキュウイ強いな。
Yeah.
なかなか
Yeah, we got a 10th anniversary style boss going on here.
一応ちょっとここに関してはその説明させていただきますと、今回やっぱりそのドッカンフロンティアもその最初からをめちゃくちゃ簡単なコンテンツにしてるわけではなくて、基本的にやっぱり今まで高難易度
It's meant for players who have already cleared high difficulty events or understand the basics of Dokkan well. Players can look forward to challenging themselves with next. Okay. That's good, because most updates have been geared towards newer players recently. So an update like this for the veterans is good, I think.
お松さん、今ちょっといろい
Alright,
ろ
so the intensity goes up. Looks like as the intensity went up right here, the major effect is lowering character's ki. Dokkan loves doing that nowadays, and it's such a pain in the ass. That's a key
今ち
debuff
ょっと
right
い
there.
ろいろ気になる表示がちょっといろいろ一斉に出てたと思う
Yeah,
ので、
so every turn the
順番
intensity
に
will
聞きた
go
いな
up.
と思います。
Now would be a good time to
ス
swap.
キルみたいなものが発動していたようにも見えたんですが、あれはまず何でしょう。
そうですね。まず最初のですね、キュウイの画面なんですが、こちらエネミースキルという、敵側のこのパッシブスキルのようなものが、ドッカンフロンティアには存在しております。はい、で今回のステージではこのキュウイの HP が 50% 以下になると、
Alright, special skill activates 300% attack buff and lowers defense by 100%.
はい。これ HP 50% が
Lowers defense by 100%. What? Wait, so he's just he's ignoring defense? He's ignoring our defense? He's Jiren, dude? This is the Jiren boss from the Greatest Tour? I mean, okay, okay.
狙えそうなら体力を調整しながら一気に勝負をつけていく。
Yeah, you don't want to play around too much if he's doing that. 100% defensive debuff, Jesus, dude.
そうです。その後になんか警告のようなものが画面
Yeah,
に
so here's the
一般に表示
intensity,
されて
right?
このマークが今右下
負荷レベルが上昇したアラートになっております。
Intensity level rises,
負
yep.
荷レベルの詳細はこの右下にある黄色いビッグ
Yeah, so we could click it and we'd get the full, like, description of what's going on with it.
そちらをですね、アイコンをタップすることで詳細を確認することができます。はい。でこの
Yeah, we could do challenge runs, no switching.
レベルが上昇し、レベルの
We'll
高
see
さ
how
に応
that's
じ
gonna
て
be.
ですね、編成キャラクター、いわゆるそのグループですね。
Yeah, so it looks like Kui, I think he's just lowering ki by 1. I think that's just a minus 1 ki debuff at level 1.
1までしかないんですけども、他のステージだったりとか、もっと難易度が高い。
Other stages, higher difficulty stages, will be more levels that show up. Yeah, when we were fighting first Final Form Frieza, I remember it being like intensity 4 or something like
受
that.
け入れるしかないのか、それともこう何か対策のしようがあるのかっていうのはどうですか。
いい質問。負荷レベルはですね、なのでこの右下のグループチェンジ、
Yeah, swapping teams is a good way to do it. Okay.
が可能となっております。
ここでグループチェンジが1個有効になっているんですね。
そしてですね、この負荷レベルっていうものがまずですね、ターンの経過に合わせて増減する形になっておりまして、バトルの場に出てくるグループ、今でいうと A グループですね、こちらが一旦経過で負荷レベルが1上昇、そして裏側で待機しているグループ、今回でいうと B グループになるんですが、
Yeah, so there's the way it's going to work, right, with the intensity.
減少いたします。今回はですね、9位なのであえてですね、負荷レベルをなのでこれ下げずに、グループチェンジをせずに戦ってみてもらえたらなと思います。
はい、お願いします。
はい、では
していただきます。なるほど、ある程度はじゃあ負荷を受け入れつつ、そろそろ
Yeah, switching is going to be like yes, imperative. You must switch.
9位なんで、基本的にはクリアできる形になるかなと思うんですが、難易度が高くなる。
Yeah, this super attack animation is so silly when used on Frieza because he goes, "Look, Frieza."
でもこれはさっきのいわゆるエネミー。
All right, so there's the damage he did below 50%. Yeah, Frieza does have a lot of damage reduction, so you can still live it. That does make sense, yeah.
1ターン目で攻撃していた3キャラクターがそのまま2ターン目にも動いているっていう。
Yeah, it'll be good that you can put a character in slot 3 and you're not going to lose them for many turns, right?
必殺技効果ってどんどんアタックとかディフェンスを上げられる必殺技効果なんですけども、それがその分ですね。毎ターンすぐに。
Oh, it's easier to. You guys see that? Easier to stack. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. What? Okay. One really good thing about this new battle mode. Remember, every year, who's the hardest fight? Oh, Full Power Dragon Ball Super Broly, Jiren, Cell Max, you know, Omega, Kid Buu. Now, I mean, we could really hopefully, oh, you know, we've got the next Dokkan Frontier saga, you know, like, I don't know. Yeah, Perfect Cell was really crazy, but holy fuck, I still have nightmares of how tough Full Power Frieza was, right? Like, hopefully it'll be good to where it's not just like Jiren, Broly, Omega, Jiren every single year, right?
1ターンだけダメージ軽減率が高いよみたいなキャラクターであれば、そこを活用した後は一回グループの後ろに突っ込むことで、そこのなんでしょうね、弱点じゃないですけれども、弱い部分を埋めることができる。いいですよね。
はい、そして、まあ、これパーフェクトでしたね。はい、右に倒せました。はい、ということで、まあ、今回は9位だったので、こちらでバトル終了となりますが、
Alright, so we can move on to the next phase.
まあ、バトル
Story
が
will
終了するとです
continue.
ね、まあ、
Although
次
they
に
skip ahead quite a
進むこと
bit.
ができて、まあ、物語も進んでいくっていうよう
Up
な
to Super Zarbon, I think, for the next
で
gameplay
本来であ
here.
ればなので今バトルで初めてクリアした場合は、先次誰がいるよとか
Yeah, dude, and oftentimes, like, we'll get a content drop, and people will go, oh, good, 20 minutes and 10 stones, and we're done for the week. This looks like it's gonna be a lot here. I don't know if like every day to download add stages or what, but I mean, it looks like Namek has got to be at least maybe 50 fights.
敵であるスーパーザ
Might
ー
be.
ボンの戦いをお見せできればなと思います。スーパーザーボン戦ってところ
All right, so now we're using fighting Super Zarbon, and they're using one of the special guest characters here, the Vegeta, who, dude, yeah, the one criticism, like I was looking at how some people were talking about this before jumping in the video, and I saw people again upset at like kind of like, oh, we're fighting like, you know, SR. Well, I think they said Kui, but like the Kui was obviously a new TUR, but I mean, the point is reasonable. Like, we're going to be fighting Super Zarbon, who's like an SR. A lot of these characters, I mean, these are characters from 2018, 2021, 2019, 2021, 2022, right? Like, it's like, there's not a lot of freshness in here. It's up to here where this is 2024, 2025, right? So I think that's a valid criticism. Maybe we could have done Namek after we got more fresh Namek characters. I think that's fair.
このビーチに関してスペシャルゲストを使わせていただいておりますので、というわけで挑ませていただければと思います。
お願いします。はい。
Okay. Alright, so again, they're using one of the special characters. That's the Int Vegeta. That's the Int supporting Vegeta, who is, again, has only been on very specific banners in Dokkan history.
もう一度半殺しにして貴様の奪ったドラゴンボールのありかを喋ってもらうぞ。やってみろよ。
いや今回も、まあ、先ほどもありましたけれども、キャラクターのセリフボイス付きで流れましたね、これ探すのも結構めちゃくちゃ楽しみになるポイントなんですけど、
I am gonna enjoy all the voice lines and stuff. That's gonna be sick. You know, like Majin Vegeta versus Super Saiyan 2 Goku, for example, those are gonna be so fucking fire. Hearing like Vegito and Gogeta talk shit, oh, it's gonna be so good.
バトル中の掛け合いみたいなの起きたら絶対熱いですし、臨場感も出るじゃないですか。
Makes me feel like I'm that, dude. I agree. Hell yeah.
探す面白さみたいなのも感じるので。
Oh yeah, when we're doing Dragon Ball Super remake. Oh, can't wait.
ありがとうございます。ではもう一旦まずはここからは普通にプレイしてもらいます。
Alright, so Kui got really strong at 50% HP. We'll see what Zarbon does. Yep.
HP 50% 以下にすると強くなりましたから。スーパーザーボンも何かあるんじゃないかなということですね。
Yeah, I do feel pretty optimistic about this mode here. Thinking about like all the different sagas we could have. Maybe now, okay, I would also say this, and I could tweet this too, which might excite people, but them doing something like this does make me think like, okay, like certainly we'd want to fill these rosters out a little bit more, right? Like, if we're gonna do like the OG Dragon Ball Dokkan Frontier, I mean, certainly we'd want to release more of the characters from those arcs, right? Like, surely?
出撃画面のところで、左上のいつものその詳細画面のところで、どんなものを持ってるかというところは、いつものドッカンバトルでちゃんと確認ができますので、先にしっかり見て議論していただけたらなと思います。やっぱり
そういうのを全部知って、こうある程度 なんでしょう、理想とするその戦いの進め方みたいなのをイメージしながらやるの
A
が
more immersive experience. Okay.
逆にあえて見ず挑んで、
確かに
その臨場感を味わうっていうことも楽しみ方ではある。
Yeah, so you see the way, like, it's like all the attacks and stuff are laid out the same so far.
全貌が見えてないというところで、1ターン目は
But one thing that'll be interesting too is like, I don't know, like we're running like UI Goku or one of those types of characters. You know, they fail their dodge, they take 3 million damage, but it's only that like UI Goku that would die. The whole team isn't tanked, right? That's an interesting way to kind of like think about it for sure.
基本的にはこれはもうだからギッティの作戦としては、基本的にはこの LR の2人で削っていくっていう今作戦ってことですよね、これ。
はい、そうです。ただちょっと今出たかなと思うんです。
Enemy's passive activated. 200% attack up and minus 100% defense down again, huh?
おります。
So, I mean, if they're gonna be completely ignoring defense, dude, that's like...
そうですね。今回のこのステージだとレベル2からが、はい、
あー
いわゆるから4から、はい、なので負荷レベル自体はさっきのターン経過の仕組みで1はカウントされてるんですけども、
Alright, and then there's the intensity meter, right?
ここのステージ上では
Doing different things from the Kui fight.
あくまで光っていないっていうだけですね。
はい、今の負荷レベルの影響もちょっとかなり変わってましたね。
実はい
ろいろありますからね。
追加攻撃発生しない、回避ができなく
Additional
な
attacks
る
don't activate, can't dodge. All out attack will be added.
そうですね。
Wait, all out attack, is that an AoE?
一番手に攻撃も来ないので。
I know he does get the thing, like, you know, because we reacted to this and now I'm kind of doing the full breakdown right here. And yeah, remember, each character can get individual type orbs to still heal up.
確かにそれぞれの体力が
Think about a character like... Quickly. Think about, like, Buhan. Let's just do Boo. This guy. So think about him with his massive HP regeneration, or Goma. Goma is another character. How interesting will a character like this be, who's going to be healing constantly, right? Like, if there's a high defense healing character, could potentially be very interesting in this mode.
そうですね。はい。今回自分自身の体力は自分で回復するのに、巻き玉に関してははいはい。いいですね。
もう少しで、
はい、
今回の行動順でスーパーザボの体力が最上位です。
Super Zarbon.
これでしっかりとこの悟空のアタックとかディフェンスに関しても必殺技を効果で
Yeah, Goku
させられたって
stacking.
いう感じになりますね。はいはいはい。でここはまだ KO しても終わりません。はいはい。
ベジータ、おのれ、よくも。
いや、スキルにもボイスがあるのか。これはちょっと連打しづらいですね、逆に。
はい。ついついしちゃうと。
If you spam it, you might not catch the voice line. They're talking about, like, clicking it really quick to get through that. Dude, I don't want to miss the voice lines. You kidding me?
内容みたいなのも、これまでの従来のシステムだとあんまり見られなかった。
珍しいです。
はい。
Interesting, okay.
HP70% 以下で HP が最も
When HP is below 70%, focus attacks on the ally at the lowest HP. That's nasty. That is fucking nasty.
いろいろ変わってますけどもそうですが、ちゃんとですね、負荷レベルは溜まっている。
Alright, so these stackers, dude. Namek Goku, he's getting crazy, man.
いるという状況になっているので、もう一回ちょっとタップしてみてもらっていいですか。
今回は追加攻撃が発生しなくなるですね。
So you can't do additionals. That shit is so... That is nuts. No additionals. They do not... Amatsu did not want Namek Goku tanking all these hits, man.
悟空もどんどん強くなっていく。
はいはい。
追加攻撃というところはあります。
Yep, that's a nuking character, Geppy. Good, good, good.
今ならまだね、3ターン目。はい。ガードもちゃんと発動してます。
ターン自体はこれまで通りと同じカウントで入っていくから、例えばアクティブスキルなんですけど、バトル開始から4ターン目、5ターン目以降
Character use active skill from the 4th or 5th battle turn, that would be the same
ずっと
then.
グループ B にいたら初登場で使うこともできるみたいなパターン。
はい。場合によってはできる。はい。ただ登場から何ターンみたいな。
ああ、なるほどなるほど。
だと逆に1回登場させない。
Oh! Did you just see what he said? You're fucking me. Oh my god. Let's bring up the character who's very notable right now with one of those. Like what Amatsu just said, right? Characters whose conditions are based on specific turns after entering the battlefield, they'll still have to join the battlefield first. Like this bastard right here. 5th turn from character's entry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yep. So if you're using a character like this, AGL Broly, AGL Vegito Blue, like this, right? Is how... No, I always forget how it is. It's written... It's like that. That's how they do it, right? Yeah, that's how they do it. So this character too, right? They got the same thing going. AGL Broly's got it. Yeah. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, we hate start of turn. Start of battle is good. We don't need start of turn bullshit.
キャラクターのその持つ、ターンに紐づいた強さみたいなところをこうグループチェンジを駆使しながら考えるっていうのはかなりならではの要素になってきたんですね。
Alright, so now Super Zarbon. Yeah, okay, so yeah, the voice lines are tied directly to that skill. Gotcha.
62% HP 一番低いのでここに攻撃が集中する
っていう形。
あーゲッピーさんこれどうされるんですか？
ちょっとまだここは一応次の4がですね、重い負荷にはなる。
Dude, this guy Geppy is a risk taker. He's insane.
ギリギリまでちょっと貯めようかな。
Stack it right to the limit. He's insane, man.
ギニューにバトンタッチできればなと。
Geppy, what a risk taker.
はい。さあどうなるか。
ベジータ
でこうなると集中攻撃でこんな感じで。
Oh, so there's Zarbon's ability. All of the attacks aimed directly at Vegeta, yeah.
あれもこの行動順というか攻撃してくるタイミングみたいなのもちょっとそれで変動が起きたんですね。
タイミングで発動する。
That could be good for characters that need to build up, huh?
そのなんでもうギミが来ること分かってるので。
Another mode though where my
こっちに来るだろう。
dodge builds chat could work
こ
well.
っちに攻撃してくださいみたいなのをコントロールするだったりとかすごいこう慣れてきたりするとできるようになるんですね。それとこれまで回復してみたいな。すごいくなります。
これも体力ロストになりました。
Goodbye, Vegeta. Yeah, he's destroyed.
ついに見えたロスト。はい。
So that's what it's like when a character dies, and as Amatsu explains here, you could still move him around and stuff, but the attacks would just move to the next slot.
飛ばせる以上は逆に
Okay, so wait, let's do this. So now, what is that? No dodging, no additional attacks. That's what we got going on. Okay.
飛ばせる以上は逆に
No dodging. Wow. Talk about OP, guys. Am I right? Okay, so yeah, so Vegeta's dead, so he's lost now. I wonder if we would get like an ability that would be able to like revive a character or something. Surely, right? Eventually. Like that would make a lot of sense if like Yajirobe, his active is the Senzu. Like, you know, remember how the certain characters get the survival abilities or whatever. So if you're fighting Grid Ape Vegeta, Yajirobe Senzu could, like, revive a dead teammate. Something like that. That could be cool. Character stage reaches 0, they enter the lost state. You could change position, but they can't get key spheres or activate any skills except for the leader's skill. Okay. And then the attack will just target the next person in line. So, like, if Goku was dead right here, all these attacks would target this Vegeta. If this Vegeta was dead right here, this attack would target the slot 3 character instead. Okay. And yeah, Zarbon does have an AoE now. Is that what that is right there at the start? Or that might just be... This might just be his... It's saying his ability is going to trigger where he'll target the lowest HP ally.
それがですね、はい、いい質問。はい、それがですね、もう本当にここにはいないっていうところになるので、はい、次の
attack goes to the next character, in this case Goku in second position, as if he were in the first position. Yeah, makes sense. Target the next available character instead. Makes sense,
さすがにちょっとこの高負荷状態がレベル5にまであったので、
はいはいはい。でここも一個説明が
今レベル4ですよね、タイミング。
Plus 1
なんですけども、これカッコでプラス1っていうところがまあ見えますかね。なってるんですが、このカッコっていうのはロストをしてしまうと、
so as your teammates die, they are getting buffed.
キャラクターに応じてるんですね。という形なので、今ベジータがロストしてしまったのでプラス1になっていて、このロストでついてしまっているものに関しては 永遠に下がりません。なので
ああじゃあ
ずっとこのプラス1は残るからカッコで表記されている。
Lost state is pretty punishing. Oh shit, okay.
そう
Yeah,
です
so if a
はい
character dies, it is
これ
very
まではもう
costly.
グループ A 一本だった。
はい
Yeah, Geppy, dude, come on. Get to Ginyu, dude. Jesus Christ.
はい。
Let the goat Ginyu finish it off. Yeah, so they don't. I hate that they don't fully go over these details, but it was like this at the Community Fest too, where it's like, you know, you could use a charge to swap, but then use 2 charges, and I think it gives you a heal. And then I think 3 charges is the one that gives you an instant Dokkan attack. I think, right?
僕はもう本当好みでちょっと選んでみてもらえたらなと思いますが、
Yeah, or temporary stat boost. It's temporary stat
一
boost.
番強いのを使わせていただきます。
はい
一番強いやつ。
これでバフも今かかりましたね。はい。
Alright, so he got his big buffs going.
アップするとスキップできる。
はいで今変わりましたので、
はい
こっちの B グループに対しては今負荷レベルは一切かかってない。
ゼロだ。
はい
Oh,
で
Geppy,
まあ
he's a
なのでここは
master,
普通に
dude.
ちょっと攻略
Zero intensity. It's free.
はいで今
Alright, so he has the Dokkan attack.
はいが発動っていうの光ってるの見えます。あと結構エフェクト
Yeah, so this will work like an active. They need to make the Dokkan attack like this in all content. So the Dokkan attack is just now like an active skill, a pre, turn begin active skill.
選択してください。
今までだと全部木玉を取った
Which
後に
is so
ドッカンモー
good.
ド
That's
発動
so
です
good,
で
dude.
大体その一番
That needs to be for all content.
形が
Where the Dokkan attack, you can just activate at will before the turn even
いわゆ
begins.
るアクティブスキル
Select a character to enter Dokkan mode at any time. By activating Dokkan mode, the charge for group exchange will restore by 1.
っていうのをこのタイミングで選べるので、もうこれ発動っていうのを押した瞬間にドッカンモード発動します。はい
へー
なので
That's
そ
so
のその
sick.
瞬間に、ゲージも回復します。
うんうんうん。
せっかくなら使ってみますかじゃあ。
はい
はい。
いただきます。
That is, dude. That's
独創的にも相性もいい
that adds a lot
かな
to
と
it.
思います。
はい。フラットこんな
はい。
はい。
And I think they took away the tapping, which for unks like me is very good. I mean, it's been quite a while since I've missed one of the nodes, I think, but us unks appreciate the tapping going away. I'll take that. I'll take that.
この後じゃあ通常の行動に
Oh my god, dude, we channel 2022 Ginyu right here. Oh my god, cinema. It's like we're back in the 7th anniversary era right there with Ginyu. Holy fuck, he's so powerful, man.
以上がですね、本日ご紹介できる
Yeah, sick. I don't know. I mean, I do feel pretty excited for
結
this.
構異なってまだまだ気になる点だったりとかもユーザーの皆さんもあるかなと思うんですが、ぜひですねグループチェンジなどだったりとか活用し
New
ながら
battle system for yourselves.
バトルシステム
Yeah, I
どんな
wonder
感
when
じか
exactly
み
it's
たいな
gonna
ところ
come
は
out.
ユーザー様のご自身の手でですね
Maybe, like,
体験してもらえたらなと
I
思っております
assume it's with Sand so we'll
はい
see.
そしてですね、最後にですねもう一個ございまして
Introduce the
ドッカン
new
フロンティアで
rewards we
入手
can
でき
get
る
in Dokkan
新たな
Frontier.
報酬につい
Perfect,
て
okay.
紹介させていただければなと思います。
新たな報酬というと今回のこの、
Okay, so they explain that there'll be stones and items and stuff as always, but then there's these special rewards right here too, the special effect.
発生いたします。こちらになります。
Okay, quickly. At the Community Fest, I believe they showed us 2 or 3 characters. I don't think Scout or Vegeta was one of them. Krillin and Gohan were one, and Namek Goku was another. Namek Goku had the best looking one, but they didn't show him here. So Vegeta's looks like a better sticker, and then for Krillin, it's his active skill voice line kind of like pops up as an effect, and he says it too. Yeah, so that's the active skill voice line for Krillin.
おほーかっこいいっすね。
ありがとうござ
I
います。
kind of explained it. I think we did see that like image before, but they didn't have the voice line at the Community Fest. I explained it like in the like the JoJo like part 3, where there's the guy who could read minds and see if you're lying or something like that, and it's like he does it or whatever on oh damn, it's Jotaro. He does it on Jotaro. And it's like, yes, 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 no, no, no. I remember I explained the way the effect looked on them, kind of like that. Like, that's kind of like how what it looks like to
ど
me.
こから触れようかな。要素がめちゃくちゃ多くて
そうですね
やっぱり一番気になった
The
のは
effect on Vegeta looks nice. I do
と
like
クリ
that.
リンのボイスもありましたよね。木を解放しよう
そうですね。はい。
あれがこのスペシャルエフェクトの効果ですか。
はい、対象のカードイラスト
So
が
more
URL か
customization for
で
characters
最終
is
的な見
awesome.
え方が変化するんですが、
はい
今水上さんがおっしゃってくださった通り、UR の方は、結構そのエフェクト
That's really good, man.
とかあとはそのなんていうんですかねキャラクター名だったりとかが、
はい
そのしっかりちょっとエフェクトかかったり
でもね字変わってま
そうです
したよね。
ねとか、あとは UI といいますかフレームの部分が変わってたりだとか、まあいろいろ変わってたりはするんですけども、まあ LR に関してはセリフがちゃんと差し込まれて、それに合わせてボイスも流れて
LRs will have the line of dialogue.
で
Okay.
BGM に関しましては
That's so cool.
LR も両方とも入る。それぞれ
UR LR characters will both have their own character exclusive
な
music.
りますので、はい。
ありがとうございます。いやめちゃくちゃ楽しみに
Wait,
して
like
ます
when we look at the card, it has a different music?
新バトルシステムに関するご紹介ありがとうございました。
Oh,
皆さんも
dude,
い
yeah,
かがでした
very
でしょうか。
exciting.
新しいバトル
I
システ
think
ムの
this
登
looks
場
quite
で
good.
今後
Now
の
I,
ドッカン
you
バ
know,
トルもさら
am
に
Mr.
楽しみにな
Dokkan,
った
so I
かと思い
understand.
ます。
But like I, you
僕
know,
めちゃくちゃ
if
楽しみ
something's
になっ
not
た
good, I'll tell you.
はい
You know,
楽しみにしております。
I was patient with the
そして
11th anniversary, but by the time we got to week 2, it's like, yeah, this is not looking good. Like I was not like, you know, Mr. 11th anniversary defender. So far, this looks good to me. I think that players will enjoy this once it's in
お伝えし
game.
たいことがあると。
I do think people's criticism though of like you know, I mean people get a little whiny about the Namek stuff is like okay, but I do think like it is fair to say like okay, like we're gonna do this with Namek and we're fighting like SRs and like they haven't really expanded the Namek roster and stuff. I think that's pretty fair. I think maybe they should have started with a saga that they've really like expanded upon first. I think Boo Saga to me would make a ton of sense, but I mean that's you know
お
that's
聞きし
just
てお
me
りまして
talking.
ちょっと一体どんなことをさせたのかなと僕も思ってるんですけど、では
So there we
そこを
go.
お願いしても
That
よろしいでしょうか。
わかりました。
はい。
はい。じゃあもうせっかく
All right, so that is the end of the talk of the battle system. So yeah, guys, I am really excited. I think to me personally, I think this looks very good. So I'm excited to see how this is going to look in game. I'm excited to see how soon until this is in game, right? And we have the massive update coming. So I'm just excited to see how exactly this is all going to pan out. So let me know what you guys think of the new battle mode so far. Thanks guys for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.